Hey everyone, welcome to Side Salad Audio. Today we're going to take a look at the Soundpeats Engine4 True Wireless Earphones. Soundpeats contacted me back in May and sent them out soon after for review, but unfortunately some circumstances came up regarding family health and I haven't had the opportunity to review them for about a month and a half. I'd like to thank Soundpeats for being very understanding and patient while I spent time helping family. That said, I'm not being paid to say anything about this product. The links in the description are not affiliate, and I have no monetary incentive from the links or codes provided by Soundpeats. All thoughts are my own. So, the Soundpeats Engine4 are true wireless IEMs that cost $60. Jumping straight into sound, they do make some conscious effort with regard to the tuning that I appreciate. Oftentimes, with cheaper wireless earphones, tuning is an afterthought. The Engine4 uses a dual dynamic driver configuration, and it seems that one of their goals was to separate the bass from the rest of the response and have a good balance in the relationship with the bass and mids. In the stock tuning, while bass is still elevated, it does tuck at around 150 to 200 Hz. Some like this in IEMs and some don't, but the goal is to prevent the bass from bleeding too much into the lower mids. Now, while the bass and mids balance could be decent, unfortunately to my ear it feels like the treble doesn't quite support the rest of the tuning. Lacking treble to balance out the rest of the response can cause it to sound a bit more bassy than it may be first assumed when looking at a graph. So when listening to music, I did still feel like there was too much bass and it even sounded a bit bloaty at times. That said, there are a good amount of EQ options through the Soundpeats app, along with the custom equalizer. Unfortunately, none of the EQ options were able to adjust some key areas that I would like to, such as the dip after 4 kHz. That's one area that I feel is important to hear a lot of instrument details. Now, I wouldn't adjust it to Harman levels or anything, but it would boost it just a few dB in that region, as well as maybe some upper treble regions. I found that doing that did make a noticeable difference in clarity when experimenting with my desktop EQ when using these IEMs. So it's not the clearest set of IEMs out there, but when you're looking for true wireless IEMs, sometimes your main concern is the convenience factor. When using the bass reduction preset, I found them to be quite good as just everyday earphones that you would wear to work for listening to audiobooks, podcasts, or music in the background. One of the biggest benefits I found when wearing them was the battery life. Now, they claim to have 12 and a half hours listening time on a single charge, likely due to them not having ANC, but I never used them to the point of running out of battery. I've used them for about 9.5 hours at most, and the noise isolation is quite good on its own. In terms of how it looks and feels, it feels cheap and the case does feel light and like a cheaper plastic, but the top cover actually closes quite firm and it does feel solid when it's all together in its package. Overall, while I myself would buy a pair of wired IEMs when going purely for sound, I really do find the convenience of wireless as an appealing factor, and these do the job well in a comfortable form factor with a long battery life. Thanks again for the patience and how long it took to post this review. Unfortunately, I'm still dealing with things and probably won't be posting regularly for a bit, but I at least wanted to get this one out when I had the opportunity. See y'all.